What's up, y'all? Tom here. How about a quick pose down? So no Mattel WWE designers made it to Toy Fair 2013, but lucky for you, we got all your questions and all the answers right here. So let's run down them really quick, hear what they had to say. First off, big story. Ready for some giant news? Question, when will we have a Mattel Paul Heyman figure? Mattel answers, it will be a Build-A-Figure in 2013. A what? Looks like everyone's gonna get that Paul Heyman that they wanted, so no more Build-A-Figures with Jack's heads. Question, when are we going to see the Shield? Mattel answers, we're working on getting them in ASAP. We already had scan data on Dean Ambrose from our scanning run in 2012, so he will likely come out first. So you can be happiest of all, indie wrestling fans. Question, are there any updates on the 3.5-inch line? Mattel answers, nothing new I can talk about. Question, could we ever see a Build-A-Legend figure in a regular, elite, or basic series? Mattel answers, an in-ring performer is not likely. If we were to do one, it would be a manager or announcer, so hopefully that's where we get the Bobby the Brain Heenan or Paul Bearer figures. Question, are there any plans to release more DC-inspired attires like Riddler, Kofi, Batman, Ray, etc.? Mattel answers, we cannot do figures that have direct DC intellectual property on them, like the Superman logo shape, all that kind of stuff. But we are okay to do inspired by designs. We're allowed to do Batman-style Ray, so make of that what you will. I personally have been dying for another superhero Rey Mysterio figure. Question, will you make a CM Punk with pink Bret Hart attire from Summerslam 2012? Mattel answers, not planned, and he hasn't worn it in a while, so likely no. If he wears it again on a consistent basis, we will see. So if you see CM Punk in the street and he says don't bother him instead and tell him to wear that more often. Question, will we be getting Caitlyn and Layla anytime soon? Caitlyn has been delayed as mentioned earlier, which means on the Wrestling Figs forums, Mattel explained this whole thing about how Caitlyn's been delayed and pulled and is going to be put back in. So if you want to know, sign up for Wrestling Figs and read it there. Nothing new for Layla planned right now. Question, will there be another Build-A-Figure series after Teddy Long? Mattel answers, we plan on having Build-A-Figures with both our basic and elite best of pay-per-view offerings at Toys R Us for the foreseeable future. Good news. Question, will a John Cena breast cancer awareness figure be released? Mattel answers no. Now we're missing a rainbow color. Question, what are the chances of more NWO members being produced? Mattel answers very, very good. Question, will we ever get a Vince McMahon in wrestling gear? Mattel answers looks likely. Question, is Defining Moments ever coming back? Mattel answers no. We tried twice to execute a premium quality action figure and both times they underperformed. When you don't buy enough, they're not gonna make them. Question, how do you decide who goes in each series and who decides? Mattel answers Derek and I, that's Derek Handy and Bill McKenna, discuss who will go in which series and then we run it by marketing to make sure it makes sense to them. We decide based on a number of factors, including who is prominent on TV, who is new and interesting, who resonates with kids, who resonates with collectors, who has not been in the line for a while, who is selling surprisingly well and surprisingly poorly, and we try to create a balanced mix that includes headliners, kid-friendly selections, debuts, and collector favorites. Question, how far ahead are you in terms of series planning? Mattel Design Team answers, we're working on figures now that will come out in December. Question, will Mattel make a 2-pack Elite line? That had to have been Zombie Apocalypse, I bet, asked that question. Mattel answers no. Price point does not work for retail. Wrestling Figs member Smurf asks, may I please have the Gobbledygooker prototype? Mattel Design Team answers no, it's safe here. Question, will we ever see a new bigger mold for The Rock? Mattel Design Team answers, possibly yes, but at the moment we're devoting our tooling money to some of the more recent additions to the roster like the Shield and Big E Langston and so on and so forth. Question, does Mattel have any plans to make any bigger playsets like Buried Alive or Casket Match? Mattel Design Team answers, neither of those are planned right now. Of the two, the Casket Match is more likely. Buried Alive theme may be too morbid for mass retail. You know what that means, teach your kids about death at an early age. Question, will we get any flashback tag teams like the British Bulldogs, Hart Foundation, Steiner Brothers, etc.? Mattel Design Team answers, since we're not doing flashback 2-packs, the challenge is how to fit these in the line. Question, any plans for Undertaker with purple gloves? Mattel WWE Design Team answers yes. Question, any chance we see the Macho Man Brawlin' Buddy make it to retail? Mattel WWE Design Team answers, that was a one-off for San Diego Comic-Con last year, which probably means no. Question, will we see a Money in the Bank playset? Mattel Design Team responds by the end of the year. Question: besides Elizabeth, any chance of more flashback managers such as Paul Bearer, Bobby Heenan, etc.? Mattel WWE Design Team answers, most likely yes. Nothing immediately planned for either, but the Elite Flashback segment is going well. Question: will we ever get a kid-sized Diva title? Mattel Design Team answers, no, our role-play belt segment is aimed at young boys. Didn't you watch the last Fan Figure Frenzy? There was a girl in it. Question: when will we see the new WWE Championship in figure belt and kid-sized belt form? Mattel WWE Design Team answers, sooner than you think. And the final question, here we go, thanks a lot by the way. When will we see the following flashbacks? WCW Booker T, Chris Jericho, JBL, Stephanie McMahon, Undertaker in debut attire, Eddie Guerrero, Triple H, X-Pac, Roddy Piper, $1 Million Man, Doink, Lita, New Age Outlaws, Trish Stratus, Bruno Sammartino, Ric Flair, Boogeyman, Scott Hall, Scott Steiner, and Goldberg. Mattel WWE Design Team answers, some of those we do not have rights to, but some on that list will be seen in 2013. Can't give away yet which ones, however. So since Mattel can't give it away yet, let us know in the comments section which of that previous list that you'd like to see most. Alright, that's it for today. Make sure you leave comments letting us know what you think about all this, subscribe to the channel for future Q&As, and sign up for WrestlingFigs.com to get in on the discussion. Peace!